Okay, welcome back. And we're still talking about fragrances this morning on Etiquettes with Janet. So I said I was going to ask a question about children and perfumes.
Yes.
My son is just 8 years plus. But he will always say, maybe because he sees daddy and mommy using, so he wants his own.
Of course.
Is it right for children to?
Now, you know, this is very sensitive. There are some children, strictly speaking, that actually are suffering from body odor. Maybe because they're going through puberty and they need to be able to control the odor that comes out from the sweat that they emit every day. And you will find some parents looking for solutions as to how to combat that. The first thing I would say as a parent is to tackle the issue of the sweat, the perspiration. And a lot of people still don't realize that there's a difference between a deodorant and an antiperspirant. So you buy a deodorant, you are literally going to do what? Just stop the smell. So the sweat is going to still come. So some people will say, but I used deodorant this morning. Why am I sweating like this? Because it's not, tuned to combating the sweat. It will just stop the odor. You need to buy an antiperspirant that will stop both the odor as well as the sweat. So for parents dealing with body odor for children, you're looking for a mild, well-tested, tried and tested product that will stop the sweat and the smell. Now, some people say, well, deodorant, it causes this and it causes that. We've heard all of that, but that's why I always advocate buy a product that you can rely on that is tried and tested. I don't really subscribe to roll-ons because it's too direct on the skin. So I think an antiperspirant that has been around for years and tried and tested and has science to back it up is the one that you want to use.
You recommend a spray?
So a spray is good. So for children. Now, for that, if you use an antiperspirant, then that's okay for the child. We don't want to put the child in a position where they are smelling of a certain perfume. The real issue is combating the body odor, and the antiperspirant can work well for that.
Now, smells. The issue of body odor is just everyone is wearing perfume.
Yeah, but I would say 8 is really young for him to start wearing perfume. Seriously, that's from a parental perspective. When he gets to being a teenager, even at that, if you are going to be the mother that's going to choose the perfume for him, not him choose the one that he likes because daddy wears it, he's too young to be wearing any masculine, mature smell at this point in time. So even if you wanted to buy something for him, it would be the mildest of the mildest smell. And it's only to be worn occasionally when mommy chooses, and you have the right to choose whether he should wear it or not. So when a child starts wearing it to school, then there's another ulterior motive behind that. You know what I mean? So you have to be very careful.
Except the child is dealing with body odor issues.
Yes, and that's why I said with body odors, don't go for perfume, go for an antiperspirant. You know,
this argument, it's been on forever as far as I can remember, because I heard the argument from some doctors that you should not use antiperspirants because, I mean, your body is putting out some kind of toxins through sweat, so let the sweat out. I've heard that argument before.
Likewise, I have too, but odor is odor. And it's very embarrassing when, for a woman especially, or even a man as well, when you walk into a place and you have sweat patches. Nobody likes that. It's an eyesore for the person looking at it. It's a discomfort for the person who's going through it. And of course, without a doubt, when those sweat patches dry up, it's going to leave a smell. And so you need to tackle that.
Not necessarily.
Most times, if you are exposed to the heat, it will. When it dries up,
if you have used a good deodorant.
Yes, that's it. If you haven't, that's what I'm saying.
Oh, okay.
The reason why we use those deodorants is to combat that smell. Now, I've come across a lady who told me she doesn't use anything. So I said, how do you tackle the issue of body odor? She said it's a problem for her. In fact, her husband has complained. And I thought, why? She said, because she has a reaction to the smell. But I said, there are some out there that actually are fragrance-free. Antiperspirants, there's some fragrance-free antiperspirants, and you need to use that because whichever way you look at it, you're going to have that effect. And therefore, hygiene, grooming is really essential. You know, there's nothing worse than somebody walking past you and the smell is unpleasant. You know, some people say, how do we tell our good friend that they have body odor? Well, you have to be polite about it. Sometimes it could come in form of a birthday gift, you know?
Yes,
You give them,
I once gave my friend a whole pack. I think I gave her half a dozen deodorants.
Wow.
For an occasion, you know. And
was there a reason behind that?
Yes, I hoped that she understood why I was giving her. Yeah. And once I had to give some lectures to some secondary school girls because my client was promoting his brand of cosmetics, which included deodorants. So we were pushing the use of deodorants by young girls from a young age, and we were trying to explain to them that once you cross from girl to woman, no matter who you are, if you don't use something under your arms, you are going to smell. It's not a matter of, oh, she's putting us down. No matter who you are, if Mrs. Buhari does not put something under her arms, she will smell because she's a woman. And we had to get that information across to these young girls. Cross from girl to woman, cross from boy to man, the same issue.
And even more so for men, because they find themselves standing, presenting in team groups, everybody around you. You really want to make sure that you are protecting yourself for grooming, because you don't want people to say, this, you know, it's not a nice thing. And it just goes to show that you're not taking care of the fine detail concerning yourself.
You see her face.
But seriously speaking, with grooming, even in the business world, if you don't take care of the fine details concerning yourself, do you know what they say in the business world? It's like, if you can't take care of yourself, that's the attitude you're going to take with the work we give you. So we give you a project, you're going to have a nonchalant attitude. Yes, fine detail is something that is a thin line. You need to, you don't overlook those things, and therefore when you're doing a project and you're working on something in the office, it means you're meticulous enough to take care of the fine details. Everything communicates.
Back to deodorants.
Yes.
We have a caller.
Okay.
Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Thank you for joining us.
Thank you. My name is Uju, and I'm calling from Ikeja. I've been listening to the program, so interested. But I just want to contribute something because of the lady that told the etiquette lady, let me call her that, I can't see her name anymore, that she wears the deodorant. She can use lemon or lime. If you put lemon in your body, by tomorrow morning, have your bath, you know, no odor is going to come on you. Actually, my neighbor told me this, and I doubted it. And he told me it's actually going to last me for 8 hours. I said, okay, let me try it on, because he's a naturalist. And I tried it on, and I found out that these things that smell in our body, they're actually bacteria. That when you use lemon or lime, you'll be clean, and you don't react to anything. Thank you.
Yes, I want to really thank you for that. And yes, lemon and lime, they actually work. Yes, and it's usually recommended for people who actually perspire profusely. So sometimes they've tried everything and they can't find what works out there. Lemon actually does work. It does work. It has that ingredient that actually stops that perspiration and the smell.
But would it be fine if the person just, by chance, or just make it a point of duty to ask the doctor? Is there anything?
No, you do, of course. At that point, they would have asked the doctor.
You never can tell. Some people who want to use lime, you know, may have some other issues. And
okay, well,
so
at that point,
you may want to ask your doctor.
Yeah, you can, definitely, because everybody reacts to things in different ways, most certainly. But yes, I agree.
Back to deodorants.
Yes, antiperspirant.
I remember reading somewhere that especially women, when we buy deodorants and antiperspirants, we should ensure that we buy the one that does not contain aluminum.
Yeah, well, that's a medical...
Sorry, before you go, we have another caller.
Okay.
Hello.
Hello.
Good to have you. Please go ahead with your question or comment.
Hello.
Hello, we can hear you.
Okay. Good morning to all of you.
Morning.
Good morning.
Okay, please. I want to find out if. Okay. I tend to be a freak for grooming. and